after the brutal attack on Raw by the Wyatt Six, they have been officially unmasked for the very first time as they were spotted breaking character. What do they look like without their masks on? And who are they? And is one of them Bray Wyatt? In today's video, we'll show you a leaked picture that WWE does not want you to see. And some fans may have missed this, as the Wyatt Six showed up once again on TV a few days after Raw. This happened on the Pat McAfee show. Pat McAfee was interviewing a Navy SEAL when something off-screen caught their attention, and they said, "What the hell is that? Who are they?" They had a look of fear and terror on their faces. And then the screen cut to black, and we heard that familiar sound when the lights go out in the arena when the Wyatt Six show up. So, by all accounts, the Wyatt Six basically stormed the set of the Pat McAfee show, and there's a sad update about one of the victims of the Wyatt Six on Raw. Chad Gable was taken out by the Wyatt Six. Now, he was scheduled to appear in a triple threat match to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And that match was supposed to take place on the next episode of Raw. But it seems that after what happened to Chad, that is not going to happen. Because now WWE has announced Ilya Dragunov will be replacing Chad Gable in that match. As we see here, this is the Wyatt Six that appeared on Raw, each one of them wearing a mask. But the question is, will they be wearing these masks when they wrestle in matches? Well, if you look at how big and oversized these masks are, there's just no way to wrestle in some of these. Now, Uncle Howdy, Sister Abigail, it is possible they will wrestle and keep their masks on. But what about those masks? What is underneath them? What do these people look like? What are the true identities of the Wyatt Six? Is Bray Wyatt involved somehow? Well, for the first time since the brutal attack on Raw, the Wyatt Six have been unmasked. And let's get to this right now. Now, some have wondered what exactly will be the differences between the Fiend, the last run of Bray Wyatt, and this new faction, the Wyatt Six. One of the things that is rumored to stay the same is the lighting. Some might remember the last time Bray Wyatt wrestled against LA Knight, it was a lights out match. And before that, when Bray Wyatt was the Fiend, he would wrestle with a red light on. What about the Wyatt Six? By all accounts, they are going to have special lighting for their matches. We don't know what color, we don't know how dark it will be, but WWE doesn't want to fully light up these evil characters and make them seem like just another wrestler. They want to make sure that fans know these are not your average wrestlers. They're dangerous and they have supernatural powers. And the lighting will help signify that. And what about those supernatural powers? What kind of powers do these members of the Wyatt Six have? As we know, Bray Wyatt and The Fiend had incredible supernatural powers. In fact, The Fiend at one point was burned alive and he returned from the dead. And Bray Wyatt in the Firefly Funhouse once turned the red Universal title into a blue Universal title. This was when the Universal title was going to switch from Raw, which was a red title, to SmackDown, and it needed to be changed to blue, and Bray Wyatt used his supernatural powers to do that. And then obviously, Alexa Bliss, who was under Bray Wyatt's spell, she gained supernatural powers, and she could do things like throw fireballs, The doll that she had was almost like something out of the Chucky movies. Will the Wyatt Six have special powers? The answer is yes. They will use these powers to control WWE, take over, win titles, destroy their enemies, and we're going to see things that we have never seen in WWE before, but sadly, something that the Wyatt Six did may destroy the faction before it ever really got going. This is because the Wyatt Six were spotted breaking character. And this happened literally a couple hours after that brutal massacre on Raw. All 5 members from the Wyatt Six were spotted after Raw went off the air at a local fast food restaurant called Whataburger. And here, for the first time, we see all 5 of them together, unmasked. We'll get into exactly why they let this happen, and did this pull the curtain back too much, and is the Wyatt Six ruined? Because, as we see here, they're just people. They're just wrestlers, and wrestlers who we already know. So first, who do we see here? Well, we do not see Bray Wyatt. I've spoken about this before, but with professional wrestling, you never know what is scripted and what is real. There is a small percentage of fans who think, oh, Bray Wyatt's going to come back now that the Wyatt Six is in WWE. Bray Wyatt, sadly, passed away for real. It's not a storyline. He will not be part of the Wyatt Six. He will be part of them in spirit, but just not in a physical form. So here we see all 5 members, and Bray Wyatt is with them in spirit. We see Nikki Cross, who plays Sister Abigail, Bo Dallas, who plays Uncle Howdy, Joe Gacy, who plays Huskus the Pig Boy, Eric Rowan, who plays Ramblin' Rabbit, and Dexter Loomis, who plays Mercy the Buzzard, all unmasked. And obviously, this is after the massacre took place, spotted in plain sight. But why were they unmasked? Why did they allow this to happen? People all the time say that you should live your gimmick, never be seen breaking your character. And here they are, all breaking their characters. Could this harm the Wyatt Six going forward? Probably not, because most fans today know that wrestling is a work. Wrestlers don't live their gimmicks like they used to. It's okay to be spotted out in public out of character. It is a little bit shocking to see them with smiles on their faces, but they are real people, real humans who are simply playing characters that are nothing like them, and this photo proves it. What are your thoughts about the Wyatt Six being unmasked? Leave a comment and give me your opinion.